Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we'll be diving into the VIO UTWS5 2025 version. The UTWS5 2025 version is actually a Bluetooth TWS adapter priced around $165. Before we get started, a big thanks to VIO for sending over the UTWS5 2025 version for this review. But as always, this review will be 100% my honest opinion. Let's start with the box. The box itself is typical VIO box with minimal information. Okay, let's open the box. When you open the box, you are greeted with the manual itself. Previously, the case and the adapter was here. And below this, I believe we get a warranty card and a USB-C to USB-A cable. Let's see. Yes, this is the warranty card. USB-C to USB-A cable. And what is this? Oh, another quick start guide. Okay. For the unit itself, let me grab it for you real quick. Here is the unit itself, the UTWS5 2025. A very mouthful name. Thanks VIO. Anyway, let's start with the build quality and the comfort of this product. The case itself is a bit larger than your standard TWS. The case has an LED, this part, to give you battery life info. The case material itself is made from, I'm not sure is this plastic or metal, but it is cold to the touch. But I believe this part is plastic. I'm not sure about the cover itself. As for charging, the case uses Type-C port. The adapter itself is made of plastic with rubber-coated metal memory ear hooks. At first glance, it might seem a little bit bulky, but actually after using it daily, I found it. It is surprisingly comfortable. It doesn't get in the way and it fits really well. On both sides, you got a multifunction button for controls. One thing worth mentioning, ironically, this Bluetooth adapter, the UTWS5 2025 version, didn't fit the FP3 from VIO, which is kinda weird because it is from the same brand. I will put a picture of it right here. For the specs, the UTWS5 2025 is powered by the Qualcomm QCC5141 Bluetooth chip, featuring a dual-core DSP chip and an AK4332 DAC. On each side, it's available in both 2-pin and MMCX connector options. The output power is rated at 55 mW for 16 ohms. The battery life and charging time. VIO claims the adapter offers up to 8 hours of continuous use with AAC codec, but since my phone uses a MediaTek processor, I couldn't test the LDAC connection because for some reason, it requires a smartphone with Snapdragon sound support. But with aptX, I got over 7 hours of use before the battery started to run low. The charging case itself provides 2 full charges. So if we do the math, using aptX, that's around 22.5 hours of total use available. As for charging times, the case takes about 1 hour and 15 minutes, more or less, to fully charge with my Anker 30 watts power delivery charger. As for the adapter itself, the unit, like the Bluetooth adapter, it charges in under 2 hours. VIO also updated the charging method from the previous version. Instead using of pin contacts which can risk of oxidation, the 2025 version uses a contact-free charging method. It literally just snaps in like this and it charges. What about the features? The features of this UTWS5 2025 version: 10-band parametric equalizer, 24-bit 96 kHz playback if your phone supports Snapdragon sound, 32 kHz ultra wideband for high quality calls, which I cannot test this since my phone doesn't have a Snapdragon processors. Also a low latency mode for gaming, IPX4 rating, but let me remind you, the IPX4 rating is only for the adapter itself. It's not for your IEMs. So, maybe, if for some reason you get caught in the rain, at least the adapter will survive, but I'm not sure with your IEM. Also last but not least, it is available in 2-pin or MMCX configurations. So let's talk about the sound. The setup I used is the UTWS5 2025 itself, in Awaken Down MS, VIO FP3, Planar IM, and Moondrop Blessing 3 with the aptX codec. As for the music is from Apple Music and Spotify, covering J-pop, rock, EDM, metal, jazz, and rap. My first impression of the UTWS5 2025 version is that it actually sounds really good. Almost like you're just using your IM with a mid-tier budget dongle deck. Like, the sound is neutral with a smooth out treble. There is also no noticeable background hiss, which is a plus. As for the bass, the bass itself is full, bouncy, and definitely not underpowered, even with the Planar FP3 VIO IM. The bass control is excellent here. As for the mid-range, the background is dark, and there's a bit of warmth due to the smoother treble and air. As for the treble, it is kinda smooth out in a way. This might be due to the aptX codec. Since I don't have a Snapdragon sound enabled phone, so I can't really test it, like fully test it. So it is what it is. What about the technicalities? For a $165 Bluetooth adapter, I would say this one actually impresses me. I would say the technicality here is very good. It feels like you're just using your IM with cable plus traditional dongle deck. Let's start with the stage. The stage itself is wide with excellent layering. Imaging is good, there's no issues on rendering holographic imaging as long as your IMs can handle it. Separation and positioning also very good. Sound placement is precise and I can easily pinpoint where sounds are coming from. As for the detail retrieval, it's okay or good. It picks up decent amount of micro details, almost on par with the VIO KA15 dongle, though I cannot confirm if the Snapdragon sound feature would improve the detail retrieval even more. As for the mic or call quality, the call quality is just decent at best. But since I couldn't test the 32 kHz ultra wideband feature since my phone doesn't support Snapdragon sound, the call quality I would say yeah, it works, though it's nothing spectacular. For the conclusion of this review, if you're looking for a Bluetooth adapter under $200 I can easily recommend the UTWS5 2025 version. Why? Because it delivers great sound that feels just like you're actually just using your IM with cable with a mid-tier budget dongle deck, but without the hassles of the cable. Or let's say, if you just need a deck for only one IM, for only 1 IM. The UTWS-5 2025 is also a solid choice. It literally provides a very similar sound quality to using a wired setup, except there's no wire. And don't worry if the adapter looks a bit large at first, like, oh my god, will it fit my ears or something like that? After using it daily, I can say it's comfortable and not a hassle at all. Thanks for sticking with me until the end. If you found this review helpful, leave a like, hit subscribe and share the video with your friends. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.